just with the writers you work with, how do you motivate them to keep going? Because obviously it can be a very long journey, especially when you're starting out and, lots of rejections or no's. How do you
And
motivate
especially during COVID, it's really happening now. I mean, people are really struggling right now. Well, there'll be good days and bad days, but as always, but there really has been more of those days where they're feeling like, oh, not creative, maybe just from being kind of locked in so much. It's been a lot harder for a lot of writers. And I think that what keeps, I think, just community, even though this is why I'm doing this. I want to be a part of Film Market Hub because we need community. We need to share our experiences, and it keeps me motivated working with new writers. It keeps, hopefully, just taking action, even if it's little steps. So if you're feeling that way, trying to connect with other people doing what you do, talking about the problems, trying new things. I mean, it's kind of, we're just trying to get through day by day. But I do think having a network, if you have a network, chances are there's going to be somebody who's having a little bit better day than you, who might be able to go, come on, well, let's just do this thing, let's just, shake it up a bit. And just remembering you're not alone. And by the way, none of us are alone, because the world is going through this.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it does feel, and in some ways, writers in development, we're really lucky because we've been able to keep going in a way that a lot of people can't. So we're really, really lucky that way. But at the same time, it's still, of course, hard, and depending on your family situation and everything. But I think just creating support systems and being supportive for other people.
Sure.
Because when you're helping someone else, you're not thinking about your own problems, and you kind of go, oh yeah, I got to take that advice myself. That's good advice. I have to do that. That happens to me all the time, kind of going, you can do it, and kind of going, oh yeah, you can do it. And I'm talking to me as well.
Yeah, that's so true. And I think writers by nature they have to be quite solitary beings a lot of the time, because it's such a long process. So having community is so important, isn't it?
Yeah, and by community, it doesn't have to be a huge community. It can just be, a couple of friends. So don't get frightened by the word. I mean, it's just having a little bit of a network, people you trust. And, if you don't have one, I would say, try different things. Try a writers group, try some of these online classes and stuff, and see if you find one person that you can just kind of share experiences with. It makes a huge difference. But it is, it has to be the right match. And that doesn't happen overnight, but make the effort to have that in your life, because I think long term it makes a huge difference. Honest to God, the people I know who are doing the best in the industry have a network of friends that they can go talk to, they can share their work with, they can have them read, even if it's just, what's this log line sound like? How does this sound to you? Where are the holes in this?
Yeah.
It makes a huge difference. So I just think, yeah, if you can give that to yourself, that's you're in a much stronger position already.
And in light of the COVID crisis we're in, do you have any sense the kind of shows that we're going to be seeing coming on the screens this year, next year? Do you think what do you think that the appetite is for, particularly among commissioners? And
it's really funny because I've heard so many different things lately.
Really?
I thought, for a while we were hearing, oh, everyone just wants comedies and rom-coms. And then I heard there was a woman from Sky saying, oh, no, I'm just so terrified. All we're going to have is comedies and rom-coms. And, we want like serious stuff as well. And I think, I mean, for me, the one thing I personally don't want, and it's just for me, is I just don't want a lot of dystopian. I kind of want something a little bit lighter, potentially. Not lighter, but like little, not so apocalyptic.
Yeah.
But that said, there's a lot of that going on too in terms of the writing. I think it's still fair game. There's room for everything, and it's individual. But there have been a lot more comedies and rom-coms in the last kind of getting commissioned recently, which is great, because I love comedy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so needed in these times, isn't it?
Yeah. But that said, if you have a really great idea, there's room for anything.
Right, that's encouraging. That's really, really encouraging to hear. And it's encouraging to hear, as you said earlier, that from your experience, people are developing a lot. that should give a lot of hope to the writers out there listening to this to, you know, keep going, keep writing. There is space for them because there's, you know, so much need for content, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, and I mean, obviously, the one thing that could be done to, you know, help facilitate a writing career is at this point potentially writing something small and contained.
Yes.
If you have that idea, because those are definitely things that people can make even under these circumstances. There
Yeah.
are things being filmed. So, but again, it has to be something you really want to tell. It has to be, you know, just coming up with something to do as an exercise. I mean, that can be a great writing exercise, but it has to kind of say something as well, something that you want to say. But those are certainly being being sought after at this point.
That's really good to know. So the winner of this year's TV pilot competition gets the amazing prize of having their script read and fed back from you, but also a career development coaching session with you, which is absolutely fantastic. And I believe for all Film Market Hub subscribers, there's going to be a special offer going out for our newsletter about an offer that you're going to give our subscribers. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, I just very delighted to offer 10% off to anyone who wants to use any of my services, and it will be announced once the winners have announced, and that will all come through the Film Market Hub newsletter. But there will be an offer of 10% off, and looking forward to anyone who wants to come in and work with me.
Wow, that's an amazing offer. And Karol, thank you so much. I feel like we've had this incredible wealth of wisdom from you this morning. Thank you so much for giving me time for our talks. It's been absolutely fantastic having you. We're so grateful for all your support at Film Market Hub, and we really look forward to continuing working with you.
Me too. And I think what you guys are doing is fantastic. It's a great opportunity for writers to be seen. And I think, yeah, really wonderful program. So delighted to be a part of it. Thank you so much.